Bag Buds, guys. Today we are doing another talk show for you guys, unscripted. You guys know we come just with raw comments. If you're part of the bag community, love designer luxury, definitely subscribe. But today we're talking about price comparison, shopping in Japan, Europe, as well as North America, and kind of what we recommend and what we don't recommend, because I just came back from my Japan trip. You have experience shopping in
Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Europe,
Yep.
Okay. So we have our little different perspectives, because I've never shopped in Europe. I've heard things. I've shopped in North America, of course, but with Japan, I know a lot of the 2024. We're talking 2024. So during my Japan trip, I noticed that because if you're shopping in the tourist areas, really don't recommend the tourist areas, because you have to go through so many different shops in order to find like a couple good deals or a few good deals. I had to go to a total of 26 shops. And luckily we had partners that were offering us discounted pricing. Otherwise, I probably would have left with like 3 items out of 26 shops, and really like looking at the prices of all of them.
Yeah.
And they're definitely more overpriced than Van Cleef.
Wow.
I noticed. Yeah. So I couldn't get one Van Cleef piece at all. They were all selling above retail, and then you gotta consider the customs duty, taxes, and they were missing some inclusions. So like crucial parts. So it either only came with the pouch. So didn't love it for that. And then, but the vintage. Okay, let's talk about the vintage. It's really knowing what is really a good deal when it comes to vintage, because their denim, anything there,
It's overpriced.
5 times the price of what we would. And I have receipts, I have videos, and I posted it on Luxageur's Instagram, as well as my Instagram, luxageur.tammy. Oh, I should introduce you. Luxageur.Claudia.
Yes. Hi.
And
And Luxageurr.Lana.
yeah, so you guys would have seen the receipts, but really finding that vintage pieces, if you're looking for older discontinued vintage Louis Vuitton, oh my god, amazing prices. Just
What about quality?
quality is it's pretty good, but like expect some odor, expect some maybe cracking or kind of issues inside,
Like
maybe
interior.
Interior, but overall like you could find them for like $500-$600. So they were really good prices. Remember, you have to sift through them. Chanel barely had any luck.
Yeah.
Did not, like, probably only took 2 Chanel home, and I only got them because they were really rare. So if you are looking for the rare vintage Chanel pieces, that is where you go, because you would have never found this in Europe.
Yeah,
It's impossible, like nearly impossible to find these ones in here as well. They had every single color of the Chanel Barbie patent.
Bag.
Every single color, every combination, the round one, the heart one.
Wow.
Whatever you thought of, they control definitely that vintage market. So if you're looking for a rare one with no budget, you're gonna find it there.
I like that, no budget.
Yeah, no budget though, because they were $29,000.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes, they were. They were in that range. Also have receipts for that, because I wanted to take one home so bad. So overall, here's what I recommend buying in Japan is definitely if you're looking for, let's say, Hermes, Birkins, or Kellys that are fairly priced, definitely go to kind of the Osaka areas, and you still have to sift
Find
through.
the right-
You have to
yeah,
find the
yes,
right
and-
boutique.
So leave Tokyo.
Yeah, like, well, there
Get
was
out.
like 1 or 2 Tokyo boutiques that, out of their collection, there was like Hermes Birkins for 20,000 Canadian. So it wasn't bad.
yeah,
It just
yeah.
consider the duties and customs depending on how you bring it over, but you just got to put that on top. But it was very fair when it came to Hermes. I would always buy their vintage Louis Vuitton. They're all day long. Vintage Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, you came
rare
back with some good,
good
finds.
They're nice
like
quality.
rare
Yeah,
stuff,
very
styles
rare.
I've never seen.
Yeah.
You know, like
That we
really
love.
cute
Yeah.
pieces. Yeah.
So that's what I would buy in
Okay.
Japan.
Lana?
So more for I know.
We can't
I
show.
have to look away. I'm done.
Yeah.
So,
So
but they are. Yeah.
that's what
Okay,
I.
so that's
Yeah.
Okay.
What
so
about
that
you?
was your takeaway.
Yeah.
So for me, when I've gone to Europe a few times, I would go knowing that I'm gonna save money at the boutiques, I've never tried to buy resale there. I've actually never even thought about it, just because I know I can get the real thing for around maybe the same
Cheaper.
price as
Yeah.
like resale would be here, you know, on a used bag. So when I travel, I know, okay, I'm coming back with a few bags because the savings is really good. Like there was, depending on the year, obviously, but the times that I went, I saved an average of 30 to 35% off, like US prices, between the price there in the boutique
Yeah.
And
compared
exchange
to here,
rate.
and then with the exchange
Yeah.
rate and the tax refund.
Oh my god.
Like it just
Yeah.
overall ended up being around like a 30% savings.
Yeah.
So,
And because I've never been to Europe, but how does the like tax refund work? Because I'll tell you about Japan because I'm
Yeah.
familiar with that. But like, so do you pay for it first at the boutique?
you
Yes.
pay for it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to pay for it. You show your passport though to show that you are traveling internationally. You're not a citizen from that country. And they'll mark that on your receipt so that then when you get to the airport, there's a separate area that you go through. You give them all your receipts. You have to show
them the
all your
products.
items,
Yeah.
and then they will give you the refund.
Including inclusions. If you don't have the inclusions,
Yeah.
they won't.
Like you have to show
They
everything.
won't give you your
so they won't
tax
give you
back.
the refund.
Oh.
So you can. So when you do it there, you can provide like your bank information, and then they'll just do a transfer, like a direct deposit into your
Yeah.
bank.
Or you can take cash.
Or you can just take the money up
Yeah.
front. So,
Okay, so
yeah,
that's a
couple
little
options.
different from Japan because I wanted to buy so many things, but I couldn't fit it in my luggage. And they were like, you got to be able to show this
Yeah,
upon
exactly.
departure. So when you buy in Japan, the pre-owned, you have to show your passport in order to get the tax-free rate. So you do not pay tax up front and you're getting reimbursed after. But how it works is you show your passport and they scan the passport, they enter the details because that's what's going to pop up when you leave.
Right.
Apparently,
They're gonna
yeah,
ask
and
you, hey,
yeah.
you bought this.
Yes,
this,
let's
where
see.
is it?
Yes, let's see it.
Okay.
So, excuse me. But so then there was items that I paid and then put it on my passport, and then as I was leaving, the officer only asked to show like 3 of the most expensive items.
Yeah.
So they were just like, they just randomly looked through the list. They're like, oh, so you bought a lot of things? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you want to show me these 3?
Yeah.
And I was able to show it. And because otherwise you'd have to pay tax on it after you leave.
Yeah.
I guess you leave. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is very
Yeah,
different.
so it does.
That
yeah.
experience is different. Yeah.
So it does obviously depend on what country you're in, like where
Yeah.
you're visiting when it comes to that
Yeah,
stuff.
and here in North America, I've shopped both in Canada and specifically Hawaii. I bought most of my luxury goods there. The reason is because the market is geared towards the Japanese. So a lot of Japanese come to Hawaii during, I think it's called the Golden Month. I forget what month it is, and they basically reduce the prices of their goods in the boutiques.
Oh, wow.
And they have specific bags only for that
market.
market.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
and
did you have to be Japanese to
No.
get it? No. So
No.
anyone just in Japan?
Yeah.
But anybody who's visiting Hawaii can get that exclusive bag because of.
Hermes as well.
I've never been to an Hermes,
Oh.
like Louis Vuitton and Chanel.
Oh.
So
What
if,
was the price difference though? Like.
I would say probably like 100 to 200 USD
oh.
from
Okay. So
from mainland,
still, and that's brand new.
brand new.
So not
Brand new.
including, not as much as
Yeah.
the Europe discount.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right. Not as
buy
much.
brand new in
But-
Europe when you
yeah,
can.
But,
But-
so the only downside though is now the European market has kind of caught up to, you know, as
Yeah.
in term like as far as the U.S. the savings is not what it used to be, unfortunately, and they've now increased their prices because for that reason, like a lot of U.S. citizens would go just to shop there.
Yeah.
Because of the savings, but now they've had to mark up their retail
Yeah.
prices.
That's
and
what-
that's yeah.
That's like Japan too then, because
So, yeah.
apparently it's not the same.
It's
Yeah, but in Hawaii, so like I have several friends who travel just to Hawaii to go to Chanel to buy bags because they can get the bag that they've been eyeing, which you can't find here in the
Right,
the
that
mainland
too,
market,
yeah.
and they're saving money, and taxes is like more than half off of what we pay here.
Paid.
So anywhere from 3 to 4%.
Do you get tax free? No.
No.
In
No.
No,
Hawaii?
because it's not
Oh, I mean,
international, so yeah.
never mind it because
Yeah.
I keep forgetting because I'm a new American. Hawaii guys.
Yeah, but you go to Canada and your US dollars go a longer way there.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you are converting USD to CAD, I've shopped and bought luxury in Canada because
so
it's
much
cheaper.
savings.
I saved money on the same exact bag.
Yeah. If you are an American and you have US dollar, I highly urge
Buy
you
the
to
yen?
shop. No, shop. Well, yes, buy the yen too because of how low it is. They're literally having a financial economy crisis right now because of how low their yen is. But buy it in Canada because the reason why, like, and how I know this is because I'm originally Canadian, and consigners that sell within Canada, because our dollar is so low compared to the US dollar, those consigners are willing to take much lower amounts for their dollar because cost of living is much cheaper in Canada. Our dollar is much lower, so naturally the bags listed on consignment in Canada is cheaper. But this is not to say brand new because brand new it seems very similar.
It's similar,
it's very
but
similar.
I feel because of the what do you call it, currency exchange, the exchange rate, you are saving money.
If you have US dollar.
Exactly.
And Canadians just get completely scammed if they're buying a US item because they're so much higher. Because
tariffs and all of it, taxes. So me shopping, so I actually personally have not bought like from here, mainland in California, because taxes are so much higher. And by the time, you're done paying for everything, you're like, oh my gosh, I could have bought two of something in Japan or Europe or wherever it is. So that price comparison for me is like when I travel, even like to Vegas, I think more people shop in Vegas because there's like the tax rate is next to nothing. So you're even saving money there because
is it 7% there?
No, I think it's like 4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know what it is now. But I do recall it was like
low,
a
or
little
5%.
bit lower than ours.
So I mean, even in like Northern California, tax is 8.5 to almost 10%. Can you imagine paying?
Well, I mean, even here, like Orange County and LA County,
Montreal
like
and
1%.
Ontario, just looking at you guys like, please, 15% over here.
See, so I think, but again, depends. Like Canada, I went to Vancouver. You can get much better, right? I've never personally bought in Europe, like a higher end, but I've bought like Longchamp. And you still get a lot of money back.
So here, so what I'm hearing is, those that love designer luxury, you want the vintage, because buying a brand new in Japan, actually I don't have that much experience, but I walked into the Chanel boutique in Japan, in Tokyo as well. Was that Harajuku? Yeah, so that's Tokyo. Nothing was available in stock except ready to wear. Any of the bags displayed, nothing. They're like,
were they different? Like different
yes, they have different. They have different
Okay.
styles.
And that's why the Japanese go to Hawaii.
That makes sense because there's nothing available there, but then definitely get your vintage from Japan. If you want rare vintage, you want the Louis Vuitton, and I think the reason why their economy changed and their resale prices is because so many people are just like wholesaling out of them and caught on and buying it from there, which really inflates the prices. And then buying brand new in Europe for sure, because that's where your flagship stores are. You want Hermes, try to make that appointment at Hermes and get your Chanel's there, because I always hear great things about that VAT. I've just never personally experienced myself. And then really Hawaii. Go to Hawaii. Find yourself luxury consignment in Canada, guys, because I promise you, when you convert that into USD, the prices are so cheap. Some of our clients, US clients, are just like, is this price real? Like, are you selling counterfeits? Because it's like $1,000 or $1,500 way cheaper if you're buying a Chanel from Canada than you are in the US.
That's why when you talk about North America, that's my idea of North America. Not California. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys join our bag community here at Bag Buzz. We will see you in the next video. Bye.